3-4 in terms of lines and first line centers and second line centers, and probably 20 plus teams in the league are looking for the prototypical second line center. But a lot of what the game is in matchups. And, I've used the analogy with Winnipeg. And again, no team is perfect, but that's a pretty darn good team that won the President's Trophy. And again, when you look down the middle of their ice, the middle of the ice for them, you've got Scheifele as your number one. On paper, you've got Nemestikov as 2 and Lowry as 3. But again, it all comes down to deployment. And if you have somebody, when I look at our roster here right now, with Nick Roy that can take a lot of defensive heavy lifting, defensive zone starts, defensive face-offs, and matchups, when you put those into a pot, it allows you to not get necessarily lost on your 1, 2, and 3, but spread out matchups and situational play that could free up different people, whether you're talking about Austin, John, and Scotty Lawton. So when I look down the middle of our ice right now, I think it gives us a lot of different options. And like I said, he was important. He was an important player. He was an important player for us to get. It's a player that we've had a lot of interest for a long time. So we're excited to get him. With Michelli, again, when we look at our roster and subtracting Mitch from there, of trying to look at the aggregate of how do we replace some of the assets that Mitch had, and one of them obviously was playmaking ability. And again, this is maybe a name that's recognizable to a lot of people. He's coming off a down year, had some injuries, and fell out of favor and lost some confidence. But he's, when you really dig into him, he's a guy who makes a lot of plays. Can retrieve pucks off the wall, goes into traffic, has got really good vision, moves around the ice really well, but has the ability to elevate others in terms of, making plays. And the thought process behind it is we have people that can finish. A lot of play driving and offensive distribution is an area, as I said, with Mitch being gone, that we were looking for. So we felt that this was the opportunity cost was manageable, and we've got some ideas where he'll fit, but bringing in that skill set we felt was something that potentially has some upside for us. And then with Pizzetta, he brings forechecking ability. He skates real well. He's a very willing competitor, which I think you can never have too much of. And he plays hard. He's a great teammate. We'll see how it all sorts itself out here, but he's a guy that is never going to cheat you with effort. And it gets back to the comment I made earlier that you need all kinds when you're building a team to fit in different roles. And so we were glad that Michael came to us, and he'll give us some juice.
Brad, we know it's been a busy 24 hours and probably will be for the next little while for you. We really appreciate your time coming on the show. Thanks for doing this.
You bet, guys. Thanks for having me on, and happy belated Canada Day.
You as well.
You
as well.
Too. Thanks for your time.
I'm surprised you're working today, Kipper. I thought the tires squeal after July 1. And you're not heard from again.
You're going to hear him real soon. Don't worry.
It's almost time.
Yeah.
Brad Treliving,
okay.
General Manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and real stand-up guy.
Yeah.
He didn't have to come on. He's like a free agency. A couple days in, he could have completely blown us off.
I would have liked it that he blew us up, so it would mean that he was in the middle of doing something. I don't know when Alvin did that, when he was signing Pedersen or signing something. He didn't show us.
Yeah.
JB, are you crazy asking him about three guys?
Well, I didn't mean Michelli. I just wanted...
I don't think he's ever given an answer under 30 seconds.
I opened the door.
I'm glad you didn't ask him the first question. We wouldn't have got in any more questions. But all kidding aside, I thought his answer to DNA was excellent. That we just assume that it's just bodies moving in and out, and it's not. It's the whole package, right?
We needed some mutations from the current DNA.
Okay, 2-hour show. just like that, our first
one of
hour's
them.
up, but we're sticking around. We'll take it around the league as well. Still plenty news on free agency. Don't
Dan
go
Murphy,
away.
Jason
The
Gregor.
Real Kipper and Bourne. We continue after these words. Welcome back in studio, the Real Kipper and Bourne Show. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee, Derek Brandeo, and Jake the Snake Schultz. 1 hour down, 1 hour to go. I think we're 9:60 in Calgary and 6:50 in Vancouver as well.
Yeah, we're shows at a different time every weekday this week, so
Yeah.
I'm having a tough time keeping
4:28
track of
Thunder
where the hell
Bay,
we
11:69 in the paw.
Can you just keep us steady somewhere? You're the producer. Don't you have any pull around here?
I'm producing a vacation in a couple days, buddy.
As a reminder, this hour of Real Kipper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. In a few minutes, we'll welcome in Dan Murphy, host of Hockey Night in Canada, Canucks Hockey on Sportsnet. Plenty news out of the Vancouver Canucks, including one Brock Besser back on 7 years, $50.75 million. A contract we thought there's no hope to ever see the light of day, because the thought was that Vancouver had no interest in Brock Besser on a long-term deal. This isn't 8 years. He was eligible to get 8. He took 7. But hopefully Dan Murphy can tell me like where the change came to, where the light bulb went off for Jimmy Rutherford, Patrick Alvin on this one, JB.
It is interesting that this wasn't offered prior to that moment. You know, like they just sort of decided last minute to go above and beyond any previous attempts to sign him. It sounds like, and Besser was not under the impression he was coming back. So I can't wait to hear from Dan how he sees how it all played out. God, I loved that goal, by the way.
It was a slap shot.
He just skates into one and shoots it. 20 seconds left or something. But yeah, so you mentioned this, Kip. If second you lose a Besser, you're trying to figure out how to get a Besser. You know, you need someone to score goals on your team. He's an American guy who Quinn Hughes probably likes. He doesn't want to see their team take a step backwards. Is it Quinn Hughes related?
Oh my gosh, you sign a guy to $50 million because you think another guy is
Likes him.
friends
But he's
and
also
likes him?
he's also good.
I would
that
say,
hangs out with him?
it's in the pro side of the pros and con ledger, you
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
Doesn't have to be the reason, but
It's not like bringing in Bronny's, like Bronny Jr. for LeBron. Like, he's a good hockey player. He scored 30 in the league. Like, he's a good player.
Snagging Bronny Jr.? Or
Yes.
just Bronny, I suppose.
Yes, Bronny.
Yeah, so that's interesting. The Garland one is funny. You know, you look at the Tavares deal he just signed after a 38-goal season. Garland got 6 years at $6 million. That's a pretty hefty contract. They brought the band back. How do they get better?